Okay, guys, so today we're rebuilding the New York Knicks. I got some plans for this team: Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, and Kevin Knox. I'm going to try my best to keep them on the roster for the entirety of the rebuild, but I also have one goal, and that's in the 2020 draft to bring in Lamelo Ball. If we could have Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Lamelo Ball, and Kevin Knox still all on their rookie contracts going into that 2021 free agency, we would be looking very, very nice. Hopefully we can land a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Maybe we can get Anthony Davis in that 2020 free agency. But looking at our salary cap, let's see who needs to go. You know, Julius Randle, he's going to have some decent trade value. That's someone we're going to get rid of as soon as possible. That's going to lead to wins. And obviously, we are trying to be as bad as possible in this first season. So these 1-year deals, 2-year deals, let's try to get these off their books. Looking at what we can get, Julius Randle, hopefully we can get something decent. Maybe a young player, maybe some draft picks. Because maybe we're landing, with the 3rd overall pick and we need to go up. Chris Middleton is actually a good trade, in terms of value, but we're not doing that, obviously. Marcus Smart, we got a 2021 pick swap with the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, no, it's just a top 5 protected pick. That's really not bad. Obviously, I would love to get a top 5 pick. We get Malik Monk. I'm not really sure where his progression would end up coming. He's only got 1 year left on that team option. Buddy Hield's interesting, but again, he's going to be a restricted free agent, so I actually like this deal a lot for Aaron Gordon, but not really something we're looking to do right now. Getting a 1st-round pick from the Dallas Mavericks, that is very intriguing unless we see something great. Draymond Green is not a bad offer. Rui Hachimura, that is going to be a solid young player. We could trade down the line, plus Thomas Bryant. I'm actually going to take on Rui Hachimura, add the exception, and then let's try to bundle like Thomas Bryant with Marcus Morris, seeing what that would bring us. Let's get these decent players off our books. Let's try to really get this team young, get this team pretty bad at this point, so that we get that top selection. We can get a top 3 protected pick now from the Atlanta Hawks if we're giving a Marcus Smart and Thomas Bryant. I like that, unless we see a crazy good young player like we saw with Rui Hachimura that can progress, stay on that rookie deal. I think we're just going to end up going with that. Take that one. Now let's see what we can get for, we got Bobby Portis just on a 1-year deal, but he does have a team option on the 2nd year, but I just want to get rid of him as soon as possible. He's going to have decent value, I hope. I think it'd be like maybe 2.5. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can get any solid picks. Cristiano Felicio, do not want to bring on that contract. Just looking for 1st-round picks, honestly, is all we want out of this deal. And if we don't see anything, we just won't make a deal. That's going to be fine with us. I don't think Bobby Portis is going to lead us to too many victories. Maybe we stack him with a guy, maybe even like a guy like Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. is someone that I do not plan on having on this team for too long, as I am trying to bring in Lamelo Ball. So where is Dennis Smith Jr.? You package him with Bobby Portis. What are we looking like there? Hopefully something decent. Chris Middleton pops up. You've got Kevin Porter Jr., but I've seen in the last couple of rebuilds we've done, he doesn't progress very well. DeMarcus Cousins and Danny Green. Mikal Bridges and Ricky Rubio. That's something I'm very intrigued. Just really in order to get Mikal Bridges. That's the only interest I have in that trade. So let's do that. Mikal Bridges, Ricky Rubio. And then obviously we're going to need to trade Ricky Rubio. So Rubio and Gibson. Obviously I turned off like, the recently traded restrictions. But we just sim the whole entire season. So just waiting 60 days to make a trade again would be pointless. Elfrid Payton. So let's see what Ricky Rubio and Taj Gibson would bring us. This will probably be our last deal unless I see, a big contract that's left on our books. I'll obviously get rid of that before we send this season. Bogdan and Corey Joseph, Gary Harris, JJ Redick, Josh Okogie. No great young talent. Let's see if we do Ricky Rubio and Alonzo Trier. Alonzo Trier's value should be somewhat decent. I don't expect it to be anything crazy, but it should be enough to just maybe get some players that are young. Lucas Samanic, Dennis Schroeder, Nazir Little. That's interesting. Plus Kent Bazemore. I don't know if he'll have too much progression, but at least a young player. That's the direction we're going. Plus a 1-year deal on Kent Bazemore. I'm fine with that. So now seeing, is there any big contracts left on that salary? Taj Gibson on a team option. All these guys on team options, we might as well trade because it's the really only time we're going to have value from them. And then aside from that, we'll be looking pretty solid. Let's do that real quick. So you've got Taj Gibson, Elfrid Payton, and Wayne Ellington. I don't know what the packages would be for these guys, but hopefully it's something even. The only offer we're getting is that. We're not doing that. Taj Gibson and Elfrid Payton. Just give me some young players. Just give me some value that I can use down the line. Avery Bradley, Alfred Gamuna, Jalen Brunson, He's only got 2-star trade value right now. I don't see too much progression out of him. Luke Kennard and Tony Snell. That's a decent player. I'm taking on Luke Kennard. We can trade him down the line. And then Wayne Ellington. Let's see what the offers we get for him. That's going to be it for this season, or at least for this beginning of the season. And I'll see you guys at the end after we make this one last trade. Quinn Cook, not doing that. Isaiah Roby, Doug McDermott, Darius Miller, Tyler Johnson. Anything of anything, any picks? Okay, let's see. Let's package him with Damian Dotson. Don't need you. Hopefully we can just get something, man. Matisse Thybulle, that is definitely interesting. Plus Mike Scott, Thon Maker, Ed Davis, Daniel Tice. Let's just do this one for Matisse Thybulle. Let's see what we have now. We're looking at Kadeem Allen as our starting point guard, Mikal Bridges, RJ Barrett, Mike Scott, with Mitchell Robinson at the center, and then off the bench we've got Kevin Knox, Kent Bazemore, Luke Kennard, Evan Turner, and Reggie Bullock. Let's get rid of all of Kent Bazemore's minutes because obviously we are trying to lose. We're going into full tank mode. Where's Kent Bazemore at? Take away all your minutes, and let's give those to Rui Hachimura so that we see some progression out of him. And then Evan Turner will take away your minutes, and we'll give those to Nazir Little. See how these guys progress, and that's what we got for season number 1. I'll see you guys at the end. Okay, guys, so at the end of the season, Giannis took home MVP. We saw Zion Williamson win Rookie of the Year, 6-man D'Angelo Russell. We don't see any Knicks. We don't care. What about all rookie team? I guess that's the only thing we have anything invested in. That's going to be RJ Barrett on all rookie first, and that's going to be it. We clearly did not make the playoffs. We're going to sim right past this. Hopefully, we can get a decent selection. We finished with an 18-64 record. That's going to put us right at the bottom of the NBA. I'll see you guys after the NBA draft lottery. So at the NBA draft lottery, we're projected to get that #1 overall selection. Hopefully everything works out. Let's skip the lottery. Yeah, let's just see who gets the #1 pick. We end up falling all the way to the 5th overall slot. That's a little ridiculous. I think we actually had that Hawks pick, but it was protected to the top 3. That absolutely sucks. Let's see what we can do in order to get up to that pick, because obviously we want Lamelo Ball, and sitting at number 5, that's just not going to work. He's going to be that #1 overall pick in this simulation. He always is, at least in the last 3 rebuilds I've done. What's it going to take to get up to #1? Where's the Atlanta Hawks at? Let's find them. #1 overall pick. I'm obviously not giving you RJ Barrett. Don't even think that. But if I'm giving you, let's say, this 5th overall pick, which holds a lot of value, and I'm giving you 2 2021 picks from the Hawks, who aren't going to be that good, from us, who aren't probably going to be that good, just do this trade. Yes, you agree to it. That's a lot of value, but we need and absolutely want to get Lamelo Ball. As far as coach, David Fizdale, I'm sorry, you're going to be out the door. Greg Popovich, let's do this guy. Michael Stoffer, I'll give you 4 years, around $6.5 million. He was in our last rebuild. I think he was in the one before. Actually, no, I think we ended up trying to get Craig Popovich 2 rebuilds ago, and it didn't work out, so we had to settle for some guy. But he ends up signing, so we're good to go there. I'll see you guys at free agency. So in the NBA draft, we have our options. You know, we can go James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, RJ Hampton, but the goal for this video was to bring in Lamelo Ball. We have that opportunity. We're not going to pass it up. We're going to sim past the rest of this draft, hop into free agency. So we made it to free agency, but we have absolutely no money to make any moves. I'm going to try to get some of these contracts off our books. Tony Snell, Frank Ntilikina, those guys got to go. Possibly even Luke Kennard. Maybe because we're, getting Luke Kennard, maybe Frank Ntilikina in there. Because they're young players, they'll have some value that we can get something in return. But ultimately, we're just trying to get these contracts off their books. Let's see, we can actually get Thaddeus Young and Boban. We can get Kevin Porter and a 22 first-round pick. That's actually a really good deal. We don't see anything else that's special. Ty Jerome's not a bad option, but I do like Kevin Porter. I think if I maybe gave him some untapped potential or something, he could progress a lot faster. So let's actually do this. Now, in terms of salary, we still shouldn't have much money, but let's see, we're looking at right now at like $875,000. Really not much. Mike Scott and Luke Kennard, that's going to be the next package to go. And then we're going to see what we can do in this free agency. Probably not much, but our real goal is to load up for that 2021. Let's see where we at. Luke Kennard, Mike Scott. Let's get you off of our books. What can we get in return? Dragan Bender, Boban, Robert Williams. We can actually get 2 first-round picks from the Hawks next season. That's going to be pretty special. We get them from the Hornets. They're both top 3 protected, but they still hold a ton of value. But they're probably going to be like the worst team in the NBA. So we might not even be able to get those selections, but I'm still going to go with it. Give me the Hornets picks. I think those are what hold the most value. Next year's it's got 2.5-star trade. That's actually, you know, if you just look at the star trade value, we are getting way more in return than we are giving up. Really like that. And so as far as free agency goes, can we even offer a contract? Yes, we can on Anthony Davis. I don't think he'll accept it, but if he does, we're going to be looking really, really nice. No trade clause, player option. Go ahead and do that. Pascal Siakam is actually pretty interesting. He's a guy that I would probably trade down the road, but he's at least going to give us a ton of value early on. I'm not really focused on being a terrible team next season. You know, Buddy Hield's a guy I could offer a contract on, but it's probably just going to get matched by the Kings. So I'm really just looking at guys that are at good value. Brandon Ingram is interesting. I know, DeJounte Murray, we tried to get him in our last rebuild. He's at $22 million a season. We've already got our starting point guard in Lamelo Ball. Just seeing what else is there. I think, yeah, Michael Porter Jr., he ends up progressing very, very well. At 3 years, $88 million. It's a lot to give. Let's just see what happens with the whole Anthony Davis and everything. Anthony Davis and Pascal Siakam end up agreeing to contracts. I don't know if we can bring in both of them, but if we can, I guess once we renounce the rights of Evan Turner and Kim Bazemore, that's when we're able to get all that money. So we actually had a lot more money than I realized. The Toronto Raptors have decided to match the offer of Pascal Siakam. That kind of sucks, but we still got money. We still got a ton of money. Seeing what we can do. Brandon Ingram is someone that's kind of interesting. He's a restricted free agent again. Jaylen Brown's a restricted free agent. In terms of unrestricted, we go with Andre Drummond. But we already have Mitchell Robinson there, and I don't really want to take away from his spot. So I guess we're going to look more down here. We'd have DeJounte Murray off the bench, but I think I just want to do that contract. Ooh, Malik Beasley's actually very interesting. That's a pretty hefty price to pay for him. I think I want to do this Michael Porter deal. He's an unrestricted free agent. Yes, it's a ton of money, but I know he's going to progress very well. He's going to hold trade value that we'll probably end up getting rid of later down the road. But we're getting Anthony Davis, which automatically gives us a great chance to be very good very soon, considering the young talent we have. Now looking at all the unrestricted free agents that are available, I don't think we can offer anybody else anything of any substance, but we might as well see in terms of, you know, young players and whatnot. Is there anything somewhat decent? Malik Beasley, can we do that now? No, we're $5 million away from being able to do that contract. Avery Bradley, Taurean Prince. I'm not sure if we're going to see much progression out of him. Jakob Poeltl, what is the contract looking like on him? We're going to have to pay him less. He's probably just going to decline that. Rodney Hood's interesting at 2 years, $16 million. Still can't get that done. We're probably going to be okay for now. I don't think we're really looking to make a run at the title. I'm going to sim to training camps, give some players some untapped potential, but I'll probably just see you guys at the start of the season, seeing if we're making any moves. Okay, guys, so we're at the start of season number 2. Right now, the roster is looking like Lamelo Ball, Kevin Porter Jr., RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and Anthony Davis, with Kevin Knox, Michael Porter Jr., Frank Kaminsky, Kadeem Allen, and OG Anunoby off the bench. The only moves I ended up making were I traded away, Nazir Little, Matisse Thybulle, Rui Hachimura, those guys I ended up trading for in season number 1 to stash some value in order to get some first round picks in that 2021 draft. Really not trying to make a selection there, but hopefully we can stash some value, maybe trade for a big name, because we're going to have a lot of cap space. If we can bring in somebody in that scenario, plus get a big time free agent like Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, because Michael Porter Jr. will probably get traded sometime next offseason as he progresses and his value goes up. That's what. So at the end of the season, we see Curry win MVP, but more importantly, we see LaMelo Ball right here win Rookie of the Year, getting 18 points and almost 8 assists on amazing efficiency. Markelle Fultz ends up getting Most Improved. He's now scoring 18 points per game, still can't knock down those threes. Mike D'Antoni wins Coach of the Year. We end up finishing with 44 wins. Not 54 wins, 44 wins. Do we have anybody on these All-NBA teams? Any Anthony Davis to be seen? We see him at All-NBA third, and then obviously on All-Rookie team, we are going to see, where is he at? LaMelo Ball from the New York Knicks. Did we make the NBA playoffs? Yes, we did, as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't expect us to do much, but if we make a run, I guess that'll just, I don't know what to say to that. It would be pretty cool, though. We're down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Now we're tied 2-2. I don't want to lose in the first round. Let's see if we'll go to the second round. It's going to be a Game 7. We end up winning. We're going against the first-seeded 76ers in the second round. Right now, they're up 2-0, 3-0. They're probably just going to sweep us. Can we make a 3-0 comeback? No, we lose in 5 games. I'll see you guys at the NBA draft. We're probably going to have a lot of selections. So we simmed past the NBA draft lottery and we end up getting 4 first-round selections, the best one being the 4th overall pick in the draft from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm curious to see what this would bring us. Alex Lynn and Shake Milton, Harrison Barnes, Jordan Clarkson, any big names in 86 overall, and Buddy Hield getting $26 million. Not very interesting. We get Brandon Ingram. I really want to see what we could do, maybe package Michael Porter Jr. or maybe another young player to see if we can get, a really solid player on a rookie contract, maybe like a Marvin Bagley or something. I'm going to look around and I'll see if I find one. So I ended up not finding a trade I like, so we just traded up to number 2. I took Jalen Green, but we still have the 19th overall pick. I'm going to pause, see if we can get anything in return for that. We had to get rid of like our 20th and 25th pick to get up to number 2. Really wasn't that big of a deal. We can get a 22 first round pick from them. I want to see what's going to have more value. Dallas Mavericks 2022 is probably going to be decently valuable. The Pistons, it's lottery protected. Really not interested in that. The Houston Rockets, but that's all the way in 2025. Portland Trailblazers. Let's just do that one from, 2023 first round pick from the Hawks. They're going to get better though. I think I just want to do the Dallas Mavericks and, stash that value later down the road. So we're going to get out of the draft, and then I want to see what we can get for Michael Porter Jr. before going into this free agency so that we can really make some serious moves. We're obviously going to have amazing player progression with guys, like RJ Barrett, Lamelo Ball, so on and so forth. Let's silent Jalen Green. This is a guy that we'll probably end up trading. Team player options, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Knox, Kevin Porter. Obviously, we're bringing all of them back. Seeing what that's going to leave us in terms of cap space. Right now we're, minus 12 million, but we should have like some cap holds or something like that. Yeah, all these guys on these crazy cap holds, we're going to get rid of all that money. And then we really should have a good bid, especially once Michael Porter is gone. Qualifying offers. We're not going to actually extend that to Terrence Ferguson. I'm not going to give OG Anunoby $5 million either. And I'm not going to give that to Kadeem Allen. Let's not offer any of those. And then see what we're looking like in the moratorium period. Can we offer just straight up on Kawhi Leonard right now? We're negative $24 million. We're going to have to get rid of that Michael Porter contract. We do Michael Porter plus the guy we just got in Jalen Green. See if that could get us any like superior young talent. Even a guy like DeAndre Hunter is intriguing. Right now at 82 overall, he's scoring a breast very well. Plus Theo Maledon, who was a first round pick in last year's draft, who got 16 points. Wasn't knocking down threes, but it's still an interesting trade. Blake Griffin, Devin Booker. I'm really not looking to add too much money. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is interesting, but obviously I don't want that Chris Paul deal. Jarrett Culver and Robert Covington. These are guys I go to consistently in the last couple rebuilds. We could actually bring in Klay Thompson, but that's a massive amount of money. That's more of a trade I would look to do at the start of the season, not right now. I'm really just trying to get some young players. I'm going to see what we can do, trying to get guys like Luka Doncic, maybe Marvin Bagley, those kind of big names, and I'll let you guys know if I find one. So I haven't unloaded that Michael Porter contract, but looking around, I found an amazing deal, and we're bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr. I got rid of Jalen Green, I think 1 or 2 first-round picks. Jalen Green's the guy we just took in a draft, and we're bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr. That is going to be an amazing fit alongside Anthony Davis and RJ Barrett, LaMelo Ball. Really all we need is just a stud shooting guard, and this team is going to be really looking special. Let's see what we can do in that free agency after we unload this Michael Porter contract. We'll see if we have any quick offers on, young players on decent deals. And if not, I'll look around and I'll let you guys know when I find one. So we ended up making a deal. We traded Michael Porter Jr. a first round pick, and we brought in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a great contract. So just looking at the roster as it stands, we've got Anthony Davis, Jaren Jackson Jr., RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LaMelo Ball, Kevin Knox, and Kevin Porter Jr. This team is looking special, and now we should have money to offer on another big free agents. We're minus $4 million on trying to get Kawhi Leonard. Maybe those guys aren't even really our targets. I mean, I would love to get Donovan Mitchell. I know he's a restricted free agent, and they'll probably just match it. So we're probably going to have to free up around $4 million to make offers on Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, seeing who's expendable around that price. We don't really have really many options. I guess once we renounce the rights, it could get a little bit different, but we'll see. De'Aaron Fox is a restricted free agent. We have Victor Oladipo as an unrestricted free agent. Still not enough money to bring him in. We're going to have to figure out someone that's got to go in order to free this up. Let's take a look again at that salary cap situation. Jaren Jackson Jr. is obviously not going anywhere. RJ Barrett, LaMelo Ball, those guys aren't going anywhere. The guy we just brought in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's got expendable money, but I kind of like having him on the roster. Let's see how things work out. Let's go to the moratorium period. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to offer you that max deal, everything you want. It's just a matter of the Utah Jazz will, match it, which they probably will. Jason Tatum is interesting. Again, he's a restricted as well. Maybe Victor Oladipo is our target. What did he do for them last season? He shot 47% from the field. He shot 37% from three. He's giving you defense. I'm going to throw an offer in on him. I think you're getting him at a decent deal. I don't know if he's going to accept it because we're going down a tiny bit. You don't have enough cap room to bring in Victor Oladipo. Boom. Let's do that. See if either of them accept. You've got Terrence Ferguson, decline. Victor Oladipo agrees to that deal. Oh, that actually works out really well. Once we renounce all these rights, does that free up a lot of money? I'm not really sure. Donovan Mitchell has decided to sign with the Miami Heat. Utah Jazz matched that. So I think we're having Victor Oladipo on the roster. I don't know after we got rid of all that money, how much did that really free up? It's actually letting us offer on Paul George, which is interesting. But I mean, you can get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in like every single rebuild. It's not often you're going to get a guy like Victor Oladipo. I'm going to stick with Victor Oladipo for now, but we still have some money. Guys like Lauri Markkanen, these are potential players we could get. He's a restricted free agent, though. We're really looking for those unrestricteds. You got DeMarcus Cousins, Bol, Lou Will, who's this? Thad Young, Markelle Fultz. He's also restricted. You got an unrestricted and Jonathan Isaac, who last season got 10 points. We see Michael Porter, those kind of guys. You usually get left down here, and you're able to get them on decent deals. Mikal Bridges. What is Malik Beasley's value standing at now? It's at a $25 million across 2 years. Let's just sim another day. Make sure we get Victor Oladipo. Renounce all their rights. Let's just get out of the moratorium period. I'll let everyone make their deals. We want Victor Oladipo on our books. Have him officially signed. I think that's free agency day 1. So this is the roster as it stands right now. In terms of positioning, you got at the point, you're going to have Lamelo Ball. At the 2, you've got Victor Oladipo. The 3, you got RJ Barrett. The 4, you've got Jaren Jackson Jr. The 5, you've got Anthony Davis. This roster is definitely coming together. I don't think we're going to have much money to do anything else. We're negative $33 million under the cap. Over the cap, I mean. Can we bring in anybody on like a vet minimum or a mid-level exception that's going to bring this team any value? Jonathan Isaac, did we see that? We don't really need a center. Monte Morris is interesting. I think we're good. I'll probably just see you guys at the start of the season. So we're at the start of this season, and I know I didn't want to get rid of Kevin Knox, but he's coming off our bench. He's really not getting the role he deserves, so I'm really fine with getting rid of him. If we're getting a guy like DeAndre Hunter that's got a lot more upside, in my opinion, he's going to shoot 41 plus percent from 3. He's going to give you the defense. I think that's going to really help us, especially in this simulation. So looking at the rotation as it stands right now, I'm probably going to look to do a 9-man, just have CPU rebuild that. Bench depth, let's go down to 9. Let's rebuild this rotation. Shai Gilgeous is definitely not, we're not having Mitchell Robinson at our center spot either, but he's definitely not playing ahead of LaMelo Ball. We'll take some minutes away from him. We're bumping LaMelo Ball up to 33 minutes a game. You got Anthony Davis at 37. So right now, we got LaMelo Ball, Victor Oladipo, RJ Barrett, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Anthony Davis. These guys can all progress throughout the season, especially, Jaren Jackson, RJ Barrett, and LaMelo Ball. This team could be very special when it comes time for the playoffs. I still think we need to work on this bench a little bit. You've got Mitchell Robinson and DeAndre Hunter, who are solid backups, and you also have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but I think looking for a shooting guard would be nice off the bench. I'm going to look around. I'll let you guys know when I find one. Looking around for trades, we got this one offered in as a counter from the Atlanta Hawks to bring in Kevin Huerter. That's another player we're taking from the Hawks. We already got DeAndre Hunter. Now we're adding Huerter. I'm liking how this team is looking. I'm going to look for some last-minute trades to see, maybe what Victor Oladipo's value is or something like that, where we could get just a crazy upgrade. But I'm thinking this is going to be a very similar look to what our final roster is. Off the bench, though, that is looking special with Mitchell Robinson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeAndre and Hunter, and Kevin Huerter having our lowest overall player in our rotation at an 81 overall. That's pretty nice. Let's see what we can get for Victor Oladipo. I don't love him, in terms of this roster, but it's definitely not, it's not a negative. He's still a star player. We get Trae Young and Domantas Sabonis. I don't necessarily like Trae Young as much in this game after what he did for us last season. where he was a 90 plus overall, but really wasn't making a major impact in us winning that title. I was very surprised by that outcome. And, you know, I don't really know if we need him with already having Lamelo Ball. We're obviously getting rid of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so he's really just going to be coming off the bench. Really don't love that deal. LaMarcus Aldridge, Malcolm Brogdon, Devin Booker. This one's interesting. I mean, Victor Oladipo is giving us more defense. He's shooting 37% from 3. You got amazing efficiency coming out of Devin Booker, but I'm still not sold on that deal either. CJ McCollum is interesting. Bradley Beal is interesting. You know, if we stack it with, you know, picks upcoming, can we jump up to maybe even a better player? Darius Garland and Kevin Love, Trae Young and John Collins. Now that's where it gets kind of interesting. We would have to find a replacement. I think I might be doing that. Or Marvin Bagley, and we're getting Buddy Hield. Okay, as of right now, I think I'm doing that deal. Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield. You're getting Jalen Adams and Pascal Siakam. The value is flying in on this scenario. Or you can get Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, LaMelo Ball, RJ Barrett, Anthony Davis. That is interesting. And Jaren Jackson Jr. That is just knockdown three-point shooting. I think I'm doing this deal. I was thinking about doing that Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley, but we really don't need that much depth added. I like this trade a lot. We're looking at get Shai Gilgeous out of here, take away some of his minutes, bump that up to LaMelo Ball at 30. Right now, we're chilling with LaMelo Ball, Klay Thompson, RJ Barrett, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Anthony Davis, with Mitchell Robinson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeAndre Hunter, and Kevin Huerter off our bench. Love the roster. I'll see you guys at the end of season number 3. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing with 69 wins. Anthony Davis ended up getting All-NBA first team as well as MVP. Any other New York Knicks to be seen? All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third. Doesn't look like it, but our roster is looking nice. We finished as the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Who has got the closest record to us? You've got the Philadelphia 76ers at 54 wins. You got a 60-win team in the Western Conference in the Houston Rockets. That's probably what the NBA title is going to come down to. What is their roster looking like? They got Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Clint Capella. I'm not really sure how this team is winning 60 games, but that really doesn't matter. I don't even think they stand a chance against us. Let's check off those players' stats. We were led in scoring by Anthony Davis. Then we had LaMelo Ball getting 18 points and 8 assists. RJ Barrett right there at 17 points. Then Klay Thompson. All we want is efficient three-point shooting, which you're bringing us. Our freaking backcourt has a 43% three-point shooter and a 44% three-point shooter. But we also have Anthony Davis down low. That is pretty scary. And then off the bench, you've got DeAndre Hunter, Shai Gilgeous, and Mitchell Robinson. We also got Jaren Jackson in that starting lineup. He's not doing anything crazy in terms of volume, but when he's getting the shots, he's making them, shooting 49% from the field and almost 40% from 3. And we know what he brings you on the defensive end. This should be easy, guys. The East, no one stands a chance in the East. You know, we should go right by the Chicago Bulls. Right now, we're up 2 games to 0, 3 games to 0. Let's sweep them, go right past the 8th seed. And in the second round, where it looks like we're going to be going against the Atlanta Hawks, we took away Hunter from them. We took away Huerter from them. They kept trying to give us Trae Young, but I decided not to do that. Right now, we're up 2-1, 3-1. Let's win in 5 games. Yes, we do. We're actually going against the Charlotte Hornets in the Eastern Conference Finals. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow your horses. Pause this. Okay, I was trying to pause it sooner, but we end up winning in 6 games. In the NBA Finals, let's see who we're going to be going against. As predicted, the Houston Rockets. Let's see how this ends up working out. Hopefully we win. They're up 2-0. That is pretty scary. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's see the box score. Anthony Davis got 29 points and 19 rebounds. That wasn't good enough. As a Russell Westbrook got a triple-double. He shot 1 for 6 from 3, but they still end up, you know, beating us. This guy right here is absolutely killing us. On the season, he was only getting 13 points, but goes out and gets a 26-point performance. Let's make this 2-0. Okay, now we're doing things. Did not mean to do that again. Right now, we have the series tied at 2 games apiece. Looking at the box score, James Harden gets 31 points, almost a triple-double. But we see Anthony Davis get 34 points, as well as LaMelo Ball going out there and getting 23 points, shooting 50% from 3. We've tied it up. Let's just go away with this. Go right past them. We end up winning in 6 games. Anthony Davis takes home Finals MVP, getting 32 points, 13 rebounds. We love to see it. What were those playoff stats looking like? Did anyone get better? Playoff stats, player stats. We had Anthony Davis get 28. He went up from the regular season. You now had Lamelo Ball and RJ Barrett getting 19 and 18 points. This roster ended up coming together beautifully. I really like that deal of getting Klay Thompson, getting Jaren Jackson Jr., guys that didn't need a lot of volume, but, were great two-way players. We finished with Anthony Davis at a 98 overall, 92 overall Klay Thompson, 89 RJ Barrett, 88 Mitchell Robinson, 88 Jaren Jackson Jr., 88 Joe Alexander, 87 overall Lamelo Ball, 86 overall DeAndre Hunter, 83 overall Kevin Huerter. That's a beautiful roster. That's the end of the video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and peace.
That one was just so bad.